So I'm looking at my notes. What is your money IQ versus your money EQ? Over the last, let me see, I've been working around the theme and the energy of wealth since 2015. And things have really accelerated in the past 6 months. In the last 6 months, I've experienced these quantum leaps. It's like my brain opened up. The chains that were there just began to come off, just began to just disappear and dissolve. And I am now able to see things differently and do things differently when it has to do with wealth, when it has to do with money. Most of us have not grown up with wealth. Most of us, and especially women, have not grown up with this understanding of money IQ, or the intelligence of money, the financial piece. People keep saying, and many of us know from history, that women weren't even allowed to have their own, most women were not allowed to have their own bank accounts, were not allowed to sign their own loans, were not allowed to purchase a house. There were so many restrictions on the woman until the 1970s. Things started opening up for us. So we have still so much to catch up on. Now, money intelligence, money IQ, is something that most of us didn't grow up with. I was raised with work hard for the money and save. I was not raised with investing and creating wealth. I am the one in my family that is embracing that, paying the price for that, clearing ancestral stuff around that, clearing karma around money and wealth. I'm the one, and now I'm in the position to start planning to create my family business trust. I'm so excited about that, to leave a legacy of multi-generational wealth. That is huge. And I'm going to encourage my sisters, I'm going to encourage my brothers to do the same thing. Start thinking about and planning for the generations that are coming after you. The plan that I have been given, that I am so excited about sharing with my sisters and my brothers, is this piece about creating a family business trust and putting all your assets in that so they're very well protected, and creating your bylaws, everything you want in that trust, so that those who inherit are in alignment with the values that you have instilled, that you have instilled, that you have researched, the values that you want to pass on. So we're talking about wealth. So most of us did not grow up with money IQ, financial literacy. And so now we're catching up. And thank God for those who are on the forefront of this. Financial literacy, money IQ, how money works. Well, here's another piece. There's also financial EQ. So you have money IQ and money EQ. So money IQ, wealth IQ, financial IQ has to do the practicalities of how money works and how you can create wealth if you follow A, B, C, D, E, right? But money EQ is a little bit different. So I'm going to go to my notes here and share a little bit. Wealthy individuals wealthy individuals, even wealthy and rich individuals and families, if they don't take care of the money EQ, then there's going to be problems. There's like a lot of emotional problems that goes with having a lot of money, currency, wealth, access to resources. There's actually a lot of emotional baggage that comes from it. So 95% of the population is struggling with like survival, right? Survival, and how do I make more money so my family can survive. But there's a percentage of people, that 1%, 10%, the high net worth individual or the ultra high wealth individuals who have another set of problems. It's the emotional piece. It's the spiritual piece. That's where I come in. I can always hire or align with a person who really understands how to make money work. There's a lot of that out there. And if we take advantage of those steps, and I'll be talking about those too in my future lives, but if we take advantage of those things, if we put those pieces in place, then we can leave a beautiful legacy and we can live a beautiful, wonderful life while we help the world. But the money EQ, the emotional part of the money, especially when you acquire wealth, it's so important. I'm going to talk a little bit about it in this live, and then I'll keep sharing a lot more in the next lives over this week. So my big shift that's happened over since July is that wealthy individuals worth millions, they don't seek me out for money IQ because they've got that part together. They've already mastered the nuts and bolts and the strategies of the financial playbook. They could find financial planners and stockbrokers and how does the money work and how to make more money. However, what sophisticated entrepreneurs come to me for is to master an even more profound, overlooked skill, money EQ, or the emotional intelligence in dealing with finances. There's an emotional intelligence with dealing with finances, with dealing with wealth. And that's where I come in. That's where I come in. So the money EQ, emotional intelligence, or the most emotional quotient, encompasses our feelings towards money, the deep-seated beliefs we hold, and the patterns that influence our financial behavior. Remember I said, those who are struggling around money, there's one set of emotional challenges, ways that they look at money, perceive money, do money. But the wealthy, and this is where we want to change, and this is going beyond money mindset. This is going beyond wealth mindset. This is going deep into the energetics of money, the spirituality of money, and the emotions of money. Because the wealthy have a different set of problems and have reached out. They're reaching out ever since July, when I've had this quantum shift, because each month I've discovered, each month I receive another quantum change. I receive more information, more codes are opened up for me. So the money EQ is our feelings towards money. Now, only what we think about money or what we think we should think about money, but our feelings about money, the feelings towards the money, the deep-seated beliefs we hold, and the patterns that influence our financial behavior. It is quite fascinating. Having studied this since 2015, I'm just fascinated by the behavior. And now that I have this open door, these invitations to work with high net worth individuals and families, I witness what these families, the individuals go through when it has to do with money. It's really interesting. As you know, I am the founder of the Feminine Wealth movement, and we focus on the money EQ, the emotional intelligence, as well as the practical wealth building money IQ. Because you have to know how money works. You have to know how the system works. And those are the practical pieces. But what is changing in the world right now, and it's changing very quickly because how the money is flowing, how the currency is flowing, is this the emotional piece, the spiritual piece, the energetic piece. And I'm saying, hallelujah, that's where I come in, and that's the realm that I've been working in since 2015. The part I needed to strengthen was my wealth IQ, the financial IQ, the financial literacy, the money IQ, how the money works. So the money IQ is the art of emotional and spiritual intelligence around wealth. And I'm quoting Shayla Locklear, who only works with high net worth individuals and the ultra high net worth individuals and families. Money EQ, the emotional intelligence, is about understanding and untangling the invisible beliefs and emotions around money. And if we really take a good look at it, if we really allow ourselves to take a good look at what's running us and what we really believe and how we feel about money. I'm going to give you a little example, a little story. At one time, one of my lives, I was an ordained minister of a traditional church organization. Now that's an oxymoron because traditional churches, at least when I was a minister, did not recognize women as ministers, as preachers, and we just weren't. But I was ordained by a traditional Christian ministry, a Christian organization, and I also started churches. And I had to put it down that, first of all, that's hard. Unless you have a good team, it's hard to start a church. Sounds very romantic, but it's hard. And you got to deal with people. You got to deal with people's stuff. But this, in relationship to wealth and money, as we were receiving the tithes, as I was receiving the tithes and the offerings, and I saw how much was coming in and how easy it was coming in. And I say easy because people who are on the Christian path really believe in tithing. They really believe in giving 10% of their income to the church, to the pastor, so that church can do what it does. So I was all of a sudden I'm receiving these tithes and offerings, and I started getting nervous. I got nervous for two reasons. Number one, I didn't have a system in place. So yes, the tithes and the offerings were coming in, and as they came in, they were being used for ministry expenses and helping those who were less fortunate. But that was one reason why I was like, oh my gosh, okay, money coming in, money going out. The second reason is because it was a lot of money. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, this is a lot of money coming in. And I need to really make sure that I'm being a good steward and being in integrity with the money. I can see how ministers and pastors and priests can get really messed up when it comes to the money coming through the church with tithes and offerings. So that's a little bit about my history in this regard, like getting nervous about a lot of money coming in. I did not have a system, and I just wasn't used to all that money coming in. So I decided, until I figured it out, that I would put the ministry down. Okay? So here's the thing that happened. So there was an invisible belief and emotion around money that I was experiencing as a minister who was starting a church and receiving tithes and offerings, and all that entails. But here's the thing. Here's what a lot of people experience: feeling afraid of losing it all. The wealthy, the rich, and not rich are afraid of losing it all. So that's a feeling, and that's an emotion, and that's a belief. Underneath there's a belief. Feeling afraid of losing it all. Feeling burdened by the weight of abundance and having too much. Feeling for me, I was feeling the anxiety of all this money coming in, and I just didn't know how to handle it. I mean, I knew how to receive it, bless it, and pass it on, but I didn't know how to handle it. Feeling guilty over privilege in a world of disparity. And I am talking about the wealthy. I am talking about the rich. That they too have. The ultra rich also have emotional baggage around money. Some feel like guilty because they have a lot of money and they don't know what to do with it, and they mishandle the money. Feeling the pressure of leaving a legacy and the expectations that come from that. There's so many more. But that's where I come in. I am very excited about the psychology of wealth. The psychology of wealth is pretty profound and pretty deep, because when we realize that the Creator, and we are the Creator, we are the expression of the Creator. When we realize that the Creator has given us everything we need, everything we desire, everything we want is all available to us. When we realize that we can be in that realm of abundance, scooped from abundance, and yet abundance remains, that there's more than enough. When we get into that realm, that's a different mind shift. That's a different world. Instead of surviving, now there's thriving. And there's a whole different set of hang-ups that come with people who have a lot of money, who are wealthy, who are ultra wealthy, who are high net earners. And I'm loving that I am so prepared to support and help these people as a spiritual confidant, and helping these beautiful people who are already reaching out to navigate these beliefs, to navigate these emotions. Like, so for instance, let's say you have in your family trust, or let's say you have in your bank account, which you got to be careful. Don't just leave it in your bank account. If you have it in your family, let's say you have $10 million in your family business trust. And let's say your kids, your progeny is a little bit wayward. You can see how they're undisciplined when it comes to money. You can see their habits. And here you did all of this to create a family business trust with $10 million of assets in your trust, and it's going to get passed down to your inheritors. And if you set it up right, the law can't touch it. The legal people who want to get all your money cannot touch it. But what happens if your inheritors do not know how to emotionally handle this wealth that's now theirs? That's where I come in. That's where I come in, because there is a piece that has to do with it has to do with money intelligence, money emotional intelligence, wealth emotional intelligence. There's a piece so that we're not pushing the money away, that we're not mismanaging the money, we're not being stingy, we're not hoarding, we're not doing all kinds of crazy things that people do regarding money, like Howard Hughes. Look him up. So even at the height of your success, these unconscious forces can hold you back from aligning with your full wealth potential. Can you imagine that you have, let's say you have a trust, which is actually a small amount, 10 million in a trust. I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, that's a decent amount, and the ultra rich have much, much, much more than that. They've got millions and millions and billions. But we have to realize that these unconscious forces can hold you back from aligning from your full wealth potential, because every degree of wealth, every expansion of wealth, every time we expand into that next field of wealth, there's another part of you that is unlocked. There's a part of you that has access to more information, more opportunities, more of the depth of who we are. There's another piece that comes out. Your full wealth potential can come forth. And I know a lot of what I'm saying is different than how most people think. Most people think mediocrity, same old, same old. You gotta work hard for the money. Right? You guys got to work hard for money and save. But there's something more. So I love my new position now as the spiritual confidant who helps the high net worth people, who helps even the emerging millionaires, who helps those who are even into their six figures to manage this piece of money emotional intelligence, wealth emotional intelligence. And how do you handle that money when it's coming through, when all of a sudden you're not just surviving any longer? Now you're thriving. Now you're feeling comfortable. Now you're feeling stable. Now what? What are you going to do? You're going to just stay there, or you're going to expand and create more wealth? Because the universe is wealthy, and the universe is always expanding in wealth, and we want to be like the Creator. Let's continue to expand in our wealth. Well, I help emerging millionaires. I help emerging six-figure people as well to redefine their relationship with money. And I'm so thrilled and excited that I get to do this. It's so exciting. So you changing the relationship with money, transforming it from a source of tension and feeling, tension, anxiety around money. That's not the way the Creator has created us to be. Okay? So transforming from a sense of tension and stress and anxiety about money, whether you have a little or you have a lot, into feelings of clarity, feelings of peace, feelings of ease, feelings of confidence. And then with this peace and clarity, your financial holdings expand and elevate. I know I'm coming from a different way of thinking, and it's okay. If you've been following me and you know that I've been really talking about feminine wealth and helping women master wealth and feminine power and coming at it all kinds of ways, helping my sisters to awaken to their potential and ability to have more than enough and to begin creating this legacy of sustainable wealth, begin creating a family business trust. I've done that since 2015. Gosh, 2015. Yeah. It's almost 10 years. Now I'm coming at it from the position of a wealthy being, not someone who's striving. The position from a person who is wealthy and who helps, who supports, who is a spiritual confidant to the wealthy. There's a relanguaging that happens. And as you are relanguaging in the mind and you are aligning with the spiritual and emotional energies of wealth, now there's an expansion. Now there's a shift. Now there's a change. Now there's an elevation. Now when that wealth comes to you, you will know exactly how to be with it. You will love the relationship with it. You will know what to do with all these assets and monies. It's a game changer, and I'm excited that I get to do this for the women and for the men. So that's another change I'm doing. If the men are interested in my support as a spiritual confidant, and especially in the area of the psychology of wealth, because that's where I'm going. It's just amazing. The psychology of wealth, then I'm here. Reach out. I can help you. So as your wealth increases, your relationship with wealth increases. You no longer have to feel guilty about having it or afraid of losing it. My battle has been, you can't be wealthy if you're spiritual, and I can't be a professional artist unless I'm poor. That's where, because I'm an artist and I'm a strong spiritual being. And I'm an artist, and I'm a businesswoman. And sometimes I can feel the inside of me having a little tug of war. But now I'm like, it's all the same. They're all expressions of God. They're all expressions of the Creator. And we want to have the highest expressions of the Creator in every area of our lives, and especially in the area of wealth. So your legacy is going to be preserved for generations when you begin to do this switch in the mind, in your beliefs, and in your thoughts, and in your relationship to wealth, your relationship to money. Here's another thing. I'm just appalled by how many people hate wealthy and rich people. Not all wealthy, rich people are bad. In fact, a lot of those wealthy, rich people that people hate and talk bad about are doing great things in the world. And I know, because I know a good number of them. So I'm loving the work that I'm doing now. And so here's the thing. This is the part of work I do, and it's why the world's emerging wealthiest individuals seek me out. Not for another strategy, which I can do. I could do strategies for your business if you're an entrepreneur. I can help you with the strategies. I actually have a gift of seeing that allows the energetic imprint, what's going on with your money, how to strategize and put it into place. And also I have a lot of wisdom regarding money. And so I'm excited about the people who are reaching out now, these high wealth individuals, because they don't want another strategy. What they want is the emotional, spiritual, and mental mastery that unlocks the true power of wealth. They want the deeper connection to source. They want the deeper connection to God. They want the deeper meaning. Like, I've got all this money, now what? I've got all this money, now what? I'm still feeling miserable. I'm still stressed. I've got more than enough money, and I've got more than enough houses and cars, and I'm still messed up. What's missing? They come to me. So here's the thing. The first step towards moving in this direction is to grow your wealth. That's number one. Grow your wealth, preserve your wealth, and pass on a legacy of wealth. And I use the word wealth. And because wealth isn't just money. It's currency, it's assets, it's lands, it's real estate, it's intellectual property. Now we have these digital assets that have a lot of value. So grow your wealth. Preserve your wealth. Learn how to have your own bank and pass on the legacy of wealth. All of those are pieces of what you want to experience in this lifetime, especially with the technology the way it is right now. So here's the thing. The first step is to grow your wealth, preserve your wealth, pass on your legacy of wealth, and to increase your money EQ. Increase your emotional intelligence in regards to your relationship with money. That's number one. Those pieces are so important at this time. Otherwise, people will just continue to find themselves in that rat race, right? Just trying to make the money, trying to make a lot of money, feeling stressed about the money, having, issues around the money, having health issues around the money, having family issues around the money, having intimacy issues around the money. There's another piece, and I love that I get to do this. And if you are at all interested in this conversation, if you're all interested in really exploring your own money EQ, changing your relationship to money, please reach out. Send me a message. Let's schedule a consultation so we can see where you're at, and then I can make recommendations for you. You don't have to be left behind. We're moving forward, and you don't need to be left behind. Reach out. I'm saying thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, whoever popped on. I will be doing live every day this week, Monday through Friday, around this time of the day. And wishing you all an amazing journey. Remember that I am taking orders for the Magdalene Wealth Blessing Candles for 2025. At the very beginning of this live is the information. If you want me to send you more information, I can do that. Or if you just want to order a candle. I have space for 12 candles, and the orders are coming in. I do have a few more spaces. These are very, very powerful ceremonies that I do on behalf of those who order the Magdalene Wealth Blessing candle. So I send you love. This was a topic on the money EQ versus the money IQ. What's your takeaway? What did you learn? What do you know that's a little bit different in the way you're thinking? How will what I just shared help you change to do things differently? Send you love. Ciao.